Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 18 of What If Naruto Was a Godly Mage. Remember to get this one to 200 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto Was Taken and fused with Zetsu, and enjoy that guys over on Anime King. And also, stay in tune for What If Naruto Learned the Clone Secret in the beginning over on Anime King 2 guys, and I do hope that you guys enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro. So, the last time we left off, Naruto woke up as he remembered everything that happened. He saw and he did everything, but he didn't feel anything at all. It was like he was there and yet his emotions weren't there. Suddenly, two people then came into the room. Jiraiya he recognized, but the other girl, blonde hair and green eyes, he didn't recognize as he didn't know who she was. She then rushed up to him and hugged him. He was confused as the hug was kind of awkward because he didn't really know who this girl was. She broke the hug with him as she told him that she was his sister. That surprised Naruto, his sister? Where the hell has she been this entire time, and just what the hell was going on? She then sat down and decided to tell him everything. That Naruto's real name was Aizen Silver. Well, that was the name that he was supposed to be given, but Naruto told her to call him Naruto, as that was the name that he's been given from birth. Naruto was Mage. That is what everyone called him, so hearing someone call him Aizen Silver, that wouldn't sound familiar at all, as her name was Rukia Silver. It was then that she told Naruto the story, well, about his origin, about his mother, and his father being a celestial being. Naruto was surprised that was the same thing that Shinigami called him, as she told him that her father and his mother came from two different kingdoms, and the world that they are from, with his mother kingdom being the biggest. They got together to bring peace between the nation, and they fell in love. And they had a kid, and that was her. She was 2 years older than Naruto. Celestial beings were in their world, along with demons, powerful demons, and the king of all demons were there as well. And her father ended up dying by the hands of those demons. Time passed as Gabriel, the powerful celestial, after facing a long battle, he ended up getting wounded in battle, and their mother, the both of them fell for each other, and they had a son. Yes, and that was Naruto. As things went on, Berserk had a child as well, a hybrid, because he wanted to see how powerful it would become, half human, half demon. But the child was unstable, causing their downfall because he was absorbing demonic power from all of them. So their mother created a seal to seal them all away, but it had to use the Celestial's power, and they ended up absorbing the Celestial to seal them all the way forever. But the Zack came out of it because he was half human, as he was locked away, but he got the help from the aides, from the people that they have manipulated with their demon power to free him. He ended up taking over the place slowly. Naruto's mother was going to send him here along with Rukia as well to protect him, but they were split up as Rukia had to go with someone else, someone who she trusted. As this Zack got his hand on her after, she sent away Naruto as he wanted the key to free the seal so he can get all of that demonic power. But his mother wouldn't budge at all. This Zack, searching her mind, she had discarded all of her memories, so he couldn't get anything from her. So he just took joy out of killing her, as Rukia was grown up by some other people, till she was one day contacted by the very demon Berserk. Her mother had passed up all the information to her, but Berserk had changed. All the essence of the Celestials had changed him into something of a good person, well, not completely good, but he saw that his son was doing wrong. The Celestial essence were just too much, and they overrode the demonic darkness out of him, turning him into something good. Naruto's only Celestial left, as Berserk no one to protect Naruto. After all, Gabriel, essence was in him as well, So, it was like his father was there, but it was just his essence, making Berserk much less harmful. The only thing this act needs right now is Yamato. He has broken all of the other seals. That is why Berserk was able to summon Rukia. As Berserk was even able to go there as well, talking to his father, but he didn't care what his father said. He was going to take all of the demonic power that belongs to him. He saw himself as a true king, and he will rule everything. But the only thing he needs right now is Yamato, and once he has that, it will be the last key to break the seal, and he will get all that power. She finished her story, and Naruto and Jiraiya were shocked. Completely shocked to what they heard. She also had a book named Ursa, as Naruto was told that Yamato was a legend, passed down to him now. Before the conversation could go any further, Anvu suddenly flashed into the room as they wrapped Naruto up in ninja wires. So yeah guys, so it's basically as left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So this will begin this new episode. For a moment everything was peaceful. Everything was just calm and well, they were talking and discussing Naruto's past and what the other world was like. Then, Anvu's burst into the room as they wrapped Naruto up in ninja wire, holding on to him tight. What the hell is going on? Asked Jiraiya as he got to his feet. One of the Anvus were about to say something, but he wasn't given a chance. Ursa, said Rukia. Ursa then burst into blue, light particles, before she turned to a bow and arrow. It was then that Rukia pulled back the bow, as 4 golden arrows appeared. Naruto's eyes went wide. This was just going to cause more trouble. She was not a Konoha citizen. So, for her to kill Anvus, this was going to be bad. They already hate him enough. He didn't want them to know, Naruto said, but it was too late as she fired them. Stop, he said, as he closed his eyes, still wrapped up in a wire. But he didn't hear anything. Actually, the place was too quiet. He didn't hear anything at all. Slowly opening back his eyes, everything was... What the hell? As Naruto noticed his hands were glowing silver, and his eyes, they felt weird. But that was not the freaky thing. Everything was frozen. Jiraiya, Rukia, the arrows in mid-air, all of them were frozen the Anvus. Naruto was confused as hell. What the hell was going on? Was he the one doing this? As he looked at his hands, they were glowing silver. He then looked towards the mirror that was in his room. His eyes were also glowing silver as well. He looked down the wires before his body became a purple color, his entire skin, even his clothing became purple. He then walked through the ninja wires, like his body was made of some gelatin substance, before it reformed into his body. As he stepped forward, the arrows were just frozen in mid-air. As he touched each of their points, they were pretty sharp. As he looked towards the trajectory, they would have killed these Anvus pretty quickly. As he saw the Anvus didn't have the speed to move off before they did, they would have get shot right in the throat. As he looked towards Rukia, she had a pissed off look on her face like she was angry. Jiraiya had his eyes open wide. Naruto grabbed the 3 arrows out of mid-air. As he placed them down, how exactly was he gonna Suddenly, time didn't start to speed up as Naruto suddenly slipped. As his body was sent sailing. As his body crashed through the door, breaking it apart. Collapsed on his back. Naruto saw people moving and rushing about, wondering what the hell just happened. Until he heard Naruto-kun. As he slowly looked up to see Hinata above him. As she was looking down at him with tears in her eyes. Hinata, he said. Back in the room, the Anvus all flashed outside. As they surround Naruto in a circle. Naruto Uzumaki, stand down and come with us. Just what in the hell is going on, said Jiraiya as he stepped forward. I'm sorry, Jiraiya-sama, but this was a direct order that we must capture and bring in the criminal Naruto Uzumaki. Criminal? You're talking about this kid who saved all of your life against a sound invasion. Come on, people. How stupid can you be, he said. Who the hell gave you this order? The council did. I knew it, said Jiraiya. All of you, stand down. As they all narrowed their eyes. Unless you want to face off against me, he said. As all of them backed away, not to want to take that chance. And after all, many of them respected Naruto for what he did, but the council told them that he was a criminal and they had to follow duty. But Jiraiya the Sannin was there. He was a higher ranking than them. After all, he was a student of their recently deceased 3rd Hokage. So if anyone was to become Hokage next, it would be Jiraiya the Sannin. Naruto slowly picked himself up. Naruto-kun, said Hinata. What's going on? Just hold on for 1 second, said Naruto, as he looked towards Rukia. You can't just go around and, well, aiming to kill people. Why not, she said. They were trying to harm you. They were just going to bring me somewhere. You can't just go around and kill people. You're not a Konoha ninja, so it will be rather difficult to get you out of certain situations. So, wouldn't you protect me, she asked, in a sad tone. You're not understanding, said Naruto. Most of the people I care about in this village are like family to me, but you're my actual family. And I wouldn't let anything happen to you. So that's a problem we're gonna have if they try to do something, because I wouldn't let them touch you, said Naruto. As a smile came back on her face. So just don't do anything, well, to get us both in a lot of trouble. Okay, she said. As long as they don't hurt you, I won't hurt them back. Unless you ask, after all. You're the only one that can retake the throne. So, they shouldn't be treating you in this manner. They should be on their knees, bowing and respecting you. You're gonna find out pretty quickly that this world is a lot different from where you came from, said Naruto. As he then turned as he walked over. A big smile came on his face. He couldn't feel his emotions before, but now he could feel all of them as he moved forward. He quickly enveloped Hinata in a big hug. A blush spread across her face, but her hands raised up as she hugged him back. She missed him more than anything else. When she felt her life slipping away, his name was the last one that she called. Till she woke up in that place, and she saw him bring her back. She didn't know what he did. She didn't have any explanation up till now because he was unconscious. But she knew that he was the one. He was the one that brought her back. And she just missed him so much as she hugged him tight. They were best friends after all. It wasn't wrong to do something like this. I missed you so much, said Naruto. I missed you too, she said. After a second or two, the both of them breathed the hug. Are you okay, she asked. I should be the one asking you that. I don't exactly know what you did, but I'm completely fine, she said. Is this her? Asked Rukia. As she walked up, Hinata narrowed her eyes as she wondered who this girl was. Rukia's back was turned to Hinata when she just arrived, and she was talking to Jiraiya, but Hinata noticed Jiraiya's face. It went strange, like he was surprised, as she could see his facial expressions. But she never got a response. No one had any idea. Jiraiya just told this girl and said that she would be needed until Naruto woke up. But no, he was awake. Yeah, this is her, said Naruto. This is Hinata, my best friend. Hinata, this is Rukia, my sister. Your sister? Said Hinata. It's a pleasure to meet you, said Rukia, as she held out her hand. Hinata raised her hand as she shook it. You're his sister? But how? Well, that's a very long story, which we don't have time for now. As Jiraiya walked up to them. Well, it seems that the council wants you in a meeting, Jiraiya said. They want to find out what really happened. It seems like rumors has already been spread. The sand ninjas that got away saw a lot. So given that your name was blurted out in the Chunin exams for all to hear, Naruto Uzumaki, soon enough the entire world will know that you were the one that was responsible for the sun turning red. Damn it, said Naruto. As Jiraiya also had a skull on his face. This is going to put a huge weight on the kid's shoulder. Not to mention the backlash that he was going to cause. But they had no idea how he did it, or how someone was possible of doing something like that. So while many might find it crazy, some of them, like the Hidden Stone, Jiraiya knew how much that man hated Minato from this village. So to find out that Konoha was behind something that can threaten the entire world, he was going to push hard for something bad to happen to Naruto. Jiraiya sighed. This was going to get worse before it became better. But now the council want to have a little chat with him to find out exactly what happened. But they need a new Hokage first. Kid, you stay here. I'll go and talk to the council. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, he said. Yeah, said Naruto, and with that Jiraiya left. Naruto made his way back to the room with the two girls following behind him. As he went and sit on the bed as he sighed. Don't worry, Naruto-kun, said Hinata. Anything that happened, I'll be here to help you through it, she said, as she smiled at him. Thank you, said Naruto. And I'll help you as well, said Rukia. After all, no one is gonna touch my brother, she said. Doesn't matter who they are. You seem rather protective of him, said Hinata. Of course. I wasn't there for most of his life. So the best I can do right now is make sure that he's safe until it's time to come home. Come home, said Hinata. Yes, he'll have to come back with me. Where, Hinata asked, as she looked at Rukia. Back to our world. Hinata was confused, but was this girl saying that she was going to take Naruto away? Seeing that Purvis is going to be gone for a while, I think I can give you a short summary of what Rukia told me, said Naruto as he looked towards Hinata. As he told her, Hinata stayed there as she absorbed every piece of information. As Rukia filling Hinata some points where Naruto might mix up or left out because he just heard the story himself. Once a good 20 minutes passed, Hinata stood there. Her brain seemed to be going through some emotional turmoil right now, as she couldn't believe what she just heard. Things were confusing her. Was this real? As she looked over at Rukia, this girl, saying that Naruto was a celestial being. Well, judging that he literally bring her back from the dead. Only gods are able to bring someone back alive. Isn't that right? To bring them back alive like how he did her. Because she felt completely normal. She didn't feel like a puppet or illusion. She was completely back 100%. She had made sure to check that she was okay. And she was. Because her father insisted upon it. As she noticed her father was acting differently. He seemed very more protective. A lot more protective. As she knew that it must have been hard for him. Well, to watch her die. From what she heard from Kiba, he was the one that phoned her. And she saw how sad he was. She really didn't like to make anyone sad. As she couldn't even imagine how much Naruto went through as she looked at him. You okay? Naruto said, snapping Hinata from her thoughts. Yeah, I'm fine, she said. So, you're a celestial, she said. Yeah, that's the gist of it, said Naruto. Well, he's all three, as I told you. A celestial, a mage from the most powerful house, and a demon as well. So all three of them turn him into a tribrid. The three most powerful entity that exists in our world mixing together. That is why you can do things that most other people can't do. You can do things that most other celestials can't do. That is why you said death was afraid of you. Huh. To think. And I thought that I was just Naruto, the guy with strange powers. But now, to find out that I'm some kind of god, he thought to himself. Meanwhile, that was going on. At the Sound hideout, underground, Kabuto quickly made his way towards the room. As he had a tray in his hand, his master was still alive. He pushed open the door to see Orochimaru lying there. The man, in agonizing pain, Kabuto rushed forward. Give it to me, Orochimaru said, as he took the pills from Kabuto. He quickly swallowed the pills, as the pills could do nothing but slowly ease the pain, but they were not enough. He took the rest of them. Lord Orochimaru, you should not take all of them at once. This pain, Kabuto. This is something that you can't understand. I need to get everything I can to get rid of this pain. Mixing with the pain of having his arms sealed away by the old man. That pain was already unbearable, but that was not the worst part. That fireball that Naruto fired from the sky. It had incinerated all these other snakes. There was only one that was left that digged straight under the ground, but it was partially burned. Orochimaru had came out of that white snake's mouth. It took hours upon hours of slowly emerging, after which he felt dead. It took him a long while to return back to the sound, where he collapsed on entering, as Kabuto was the one who took him up. But his body, that flame from that sun that Naruto threw at him, had burned him. It had burned into his snake body when he was in it, and went into his body. Kabuto raised his hand as they started to glow green. He placed over Orochimaru's chest. It's getting smaller, he said as he quickly moved back his hand. As it started to burn, there was this strange flame inside of Orochimaru that was trying to eat away at him. But Orochimaru's chakra was slowly trying to dominate the flame. But even though it was small, Orochimaru had to expend a lot of chakra to dominate the flame. But it was slowly diminishing. Orochimaru lied there as the pain was getting subsided. The pills were helping a bit. He didn't know what that ball of flame was. He imagined if that should have hit him in his human form, he'd have completely been disintegrated. The thing took all of his snakes out, leaving only one, to show you how deadly the thing was. Even the giant lake had dried up by that ball dropping from the sky. Orochimaru looked at his arms as he cursed, not to mention the old man had sealed his arms away. He needed Sasuke's body. He needed to free his host soon. Did all of them survive, Orochimaru said? Yes. All of the Zone 4 made it back alive. That was quite lucky of them. It seems they used the time while you were attacked to hide and made their way after Naruto had passed out. Do we have any information on what happened to him? No. It seems like he was taken by Jiraiya into his custody, but it seems like he had passed out after the battle, so we still have no idea what happened. But my lord, what happened after he hit you? Chuckling could be heard as Orochimaru threw back his head and started to laugh. Kabuto was confused. This was a laughter mixed with anger, rage, and a sick gleam in his master's eye. He was just so confused. Kabuto, would you believe me if I told you the kid hit me straight towards the hidden rain? But that's impossible, my lord. That shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be, should it? But still it happened. I found myself in the hidden rain, perched up against a skyscraper. To believe that one person had so much power inside of them, my body felt like it was literally moving through the sky at a speed that I couldn't even comprehend. I didn't know what happened until I found myself embedded into the wall. All my bones were broken. I had to shed my skin, putting myself into more pain than usual because my arms were already sealed away. Another hit I found myself in the Rico River. You can see how far that is away from the hidden rain. That boy, he's surely something quite deadly and fascinating at the same time. And not to mention the information on that beast that he created out of thin air like that. Who has the power in this world to summon something like that? That doesn't even look like a proper summon. That looks like a mind-ravaging beast. Something that will literally suck the soul out of someone. This boy, he has abilities, powers that are beyond this world. I don't know exactly what he is, but I intend to find out. Right after I gain the Uchiha's body, I can already tell that Sasuke was jealous. So this little bit of show to show him how powerful, how much more powerful Naruto is than him, would push him over the edge. So I need you to gather the Zone 4. I need them to make the Uchiha a proposition, one that he would not refuse. After all, he does want to get stronger. As you wish, my lord, said Kabuto. Meanwhile, at a dark cave. Yes, it is no mistaking. It was him, the nine-tailed Jinchuriki host. From the reports that Zetsu have given, his appearance was a bit different, but it was him. And I could feel a small trace of the nine-tailed power within him. But the strange thing about it was, there was something else. Something more overwhelming. Something bizarre. What is that, leader? Said a voice. A power that is strange to comprehend. I can't even tell you what it exactly is, said Pain, as he was quarreling with the other members of the Akatsuki. Is the brat really that strong, said Kisame. To hear you talk about him so, well, in this manner. Is he really that powerful? Yes. There has to be precautions for the both of you to go after him. Well, when I went to Konoha after the report, I saw his body being carried away. It seems like he was knocked unconscious somehow, but Jiraiya of the Sannin was there, and Konoha is not as weakened as we thought. It seemed that the invasion ended rather quickly, because the most that died was the Zone Shinobis. There was merely a handful, barely even 5 Konoha Shinobis that died. So it will be rather difficult for you two to invade the village right now, said Zetsu, as he looked over at Kisame and Itachi. Well, when the time does come, the right opportunity. Itachi, I need you to not waste any time. I need you to place that boy under your most powerful genjutsu and bring him here. Is he that much hard to deal with that you might think that you'll be able to stop the both of us? Yes, I do believe so. Kisame was shocked. How exactly strong was this brat? Well, they will have to find out soon enough, because he was their assigned target after all. Back at Konoha, So what happened, Naruto asked. As Jiraiya came back, well, I managed to get them off your back until we get the new Hokage. Huh? Aren't you gonna be the new Hokage, Naruto asked. No, said Jiraiya. I have other things to worry about. And I can't stay at this village every time. But I know the perfect person. And that's where you come in, brat. I'm gonna need your help to track her down. And it's not a good idea to leave you in this village until I return. Because I saw some rather forceful hate towards you. Because these people were scared. They thought that what happened might happen again. Are you saying that you're planning to harm my brother? Asked Rukia. Oh, nothing like that, said Jiraiya. But it would be better off if he comes with me on this mission. What about me? Said Rukia. Certainly. Someone then came as well. The doors opened up as a first step inside. Father? Said Hinata as she looked over at Hayashi. He looked at her and Hinata was surprised. She knew that something has changed big because he gave her a small smile. Can I talk with you outside for a moment privately? Hayashi says he looked at Naruto. Naruto looked at Jiraiya. Jiraiya looked back at him. It was his choice. Yeah, sure, Naruto said. I'll be right back, guys, he said as he walked with Hayashi. The both of them walked down the hall before they stopped as Hayashi stepped into another room that was empty. He made his way as he looked towards a window, looking over the village of Konoha. As Naruto stepped inside. So, what's this about? Naruto asked. As he hasn't really talked to this man before. He remembered talking to this man while Hinata was dead, Naruto thought to himself. And he could see the look of sadness on the man's face, a lot of grief. He figured that past actions must have caught up with him. But even though he acted all tough, Naruto knew that he cared about Hinata a lot, just by seeing the way he act and move. But he just doesn't like to show it. I came here to thank you personally for what you did. I have no idea how you managed to bring my daughter back to me, but I just came here to say thank you. Myself wouldn't allow it if I didn't come here to thank you, because I thought I lost her. But it seems like you were able to do the impossible by reviving her from the dead. Well, I still have no idea how I did that, but Hinata's my best friend, and no matter what, I wouldn't let anything happen to her. So it wasn't a matter of if I would do it. It is just when, said Naruto. Still, if there is anything that you might need from me, anything within my power, I shall grant it to you for what you have done. Those others in the count's room might think that you did something wrong, but I see it otherwise. You were able to single-handedly stop this entire invasion on your own, stopping any other useless bloodshed from the Konoha ninjas. And you were also able to bring my daughter back to life, and for that I am grateful to you. So if there's anything, well, there is something, said Naruto. What is it? Name it, the man said. Oh, I just want you to look after someone for me. Can you keep her in your clan until me and Jiraiya return? We're going to go for a new Hokage. Yes, I heard about that mission. Still, who is this person? Well, you see, did Jiraiya told you that everything's gonna be explained once Hokage return? Yes, Hayashi said. Well then, this girl is my sister. Her name is Rukia. You have a sister? Yeah, it's complicated. There's a lot to explain. But I suppose all of you clan heads and shinobi clones will know very soon. After we return from our mission, I want to keep Rukia here, so she can stay with Hinata until I return. If that is all, it shall be done, said Hayashi. Thank you, said Naruto. As Hayashi looked at the boy. No, I should be the one thanking you for bringing back my daughter once again. Oh, it's no big deal, said Naruto. As I told you, she's my best friend, and even if it came up to it, I would risk my life to bring her back. That is how much she means to me, said Naruto. As he then turned and started to walk away. As Hayashi didn't know why, but this boy, he seemed like something truly special, given that he was literally able to raise the dead. But not only that, the things that he can do. And he brought his daughter out of that shyness and cleared his eyes to stop acting like an ignorant fool, to see how much his daughters mean to him. As Hayashi watched Naruto leave, a small smile came on his face. Naruto made his way back to the room. What did my father want? Asked Hinata. Oh, he just wanted to thank me for saving you, said Naruto. Huh? Really? She said. Yeah, said Naruto. She mumbled something to herself. What was that? Naruto asked. Oh, it's nothing, she said. As Naruto looked over, Hinata, can you do me a favor? Huh? Sure, she said. Can you watch over Rukia until I return? I asked your father if she can stay at your compound, and he said sure. So can you watch over her until I return? What? I'm coming with you, said Rukia as he looked at Naruto. That's no, said Naruto, as she narrowed her eyes at him. Look, you don't know much about this world, right? So, with Hinata there, she could tell you more about this world while I'm gone. So by the time I return in well, what was the perfect stage? A month, said Jiraiya. So yeah, by the time I return in a month, you will know enough about this world. And besides, this mission isn't dangerous. We're just going to retrieve the new Hokage for the village. So while I'm doing that, you can stay here for a while and know more about this world. She narrowed her eyes before sighing. Fine, she said. As long as I get to know more about this world, to make sure I understand everything, I'll stay here, she said. Well then, I guess things are set. I guess I'll go pack, said Naruto. A good 5 minutes later, Naruto arrived. As he stepped through the door, the moment he stepped inside, he heard footsteps rushing downstairs. As he saw Uncle rushed outside, she quickly rushed towards him as she grabbed him and pulled him into a tight hug. As she held on to him tight, she broke the hug and looked at him. You're right, she said, as she released a sigh of relief, as a smile broke out across her face. You spent days in the hospital. You were not waking up at all. I thought, even though you were seeming fine, but you were just not waking up. Oh, Rukia told me about that. She said it was because of this magic that she used on me. It knocked me out for quite a while. I'm sorry for warning you. That girl, the one with the blonde hair, is she the one you're talking about? Yeah, said Naruto. And I would like you to meet her, said Naruto, as he stepped aside. Oh, hello again, said Rukia, as she looked at Uncle. You, Uncle said. Okay guys, I know that the both of you got into a bit of argument while you were there. Well, the only reason that she's alive is because I saw how much she cared about you, said Rukia. Because she was trying to attack me when I told her I was the one that put you in that state. But I saw that she truly cared about you and just wanted you to be okay. So that is why she is fine now. You think you could have taken me, brat? Asked Uncle as she glared at the girl. Okay guys, no need to fight, said Naruto as he got between the both of them. Look, I'm fine. And Rukia did stop me from losing my mind, said Naruto. Because as you can see, I couldn't control myself. So it happened again, said Uncle. But this time, even worse. But at least you're okay, she said, as she hugged him once more. Don't worry, I'm fine, said Naruto. Uncle then broke the hug. Wait, who is this girl anyway? Well, the thing is, she's my sister, said Naruto. Your sister? Uncle was confused. Is everything okay, Naruto answered a voice, as Hinata stepped inside as well. Oh, hello there, Uncle, she said. Oh, hi, Hinata, said Uncle. Wait, Naruto, what did you just say? She's your sister? You guys can thought this out, right, Rukia? Can you tell Uncle, well, what you told me? You know, that's a very long story, said Rukia, as she stepped forward towards Naruto. She then placed 2 fingers on his forehead. What are you doing, said Naruto. Just calm down, she said, as her fingers started to glow blue. Replicate, she said. Suddenly, she stepped forward towards the wall, her entire hand glowing blue. As she pressed her hand against the wall, it was then that a small projections appeared on the wall. It was Naruto, Hinata, and him. What the hell? Said Naruto, what is that? Oh, it's just a projection of your mind to what you remember when we were talking about in the hospital. I suppose you can watch this and get caught up into things, said Rukia as she looked towards Uncle. You're gonna need to watch it, said Naruto, as Uncle nodded as Naruto went upstairs. After a good 15 minutes, he came back down with his things packed as they were sealed away in scrolls. As Uncle was still there watching what was going on, Naruto then grabbed on Hinata's hand as he pulled her outside for just a second, stopping outside. I'm gonna be leaving now, okay? Uncle is still busy watching what is going on. I need you to look out for Rukia. She doesn't know anything about this world, and you can see that, right? Yeah, said Hinata. Don't worry. She's your sister. I'll make sure she's perfectly fine. Well, it's not her I'm worried about, it's the other people. I don't want you to tell her about, well, my past. Why not? Well, you see, the Kyuubi inside of me is not an issue. That's not what I'm worried about. It's the way people used to treat me. She's kind of overprotective. and I think she might go crazy and try to kill them, judging from what she did to the envoys. So I need to not tell her about my past, and tell Uncle not to tell her as well, okay? I'll slowly ease her into it when I return. Alright, Naruto-kun, she said. She stepped forward boldly this time as she hugged him. Just be safe and take care of your mission, okay? Yeah, said Naruto. You too. Because it's gonna be quite difficult with those two. I can just tell that your attitudes are going to clash. As Hinata simply giggled. Don't worry, I'll watch over them, she said. As Naruto nodded. They didn't break the hug as Naruto pushed his head back inside. I'm leaving now, Uncle, he said. Huh? She turned her head as the scream then paused. Where are you going, she asked. I'm off to find a new Hokage. I'll be back in a month. Wait, a month? Didn't you just got off bed rest, she asked. Yeah, but sorry, I have to leave, said Naruto. Just keep on watching. You will know everything soon enough. See ya. See ya, Rukia, said Naruto. Goodbye, Naruto. Be safe out there, she said. Be safe, brat, said Uncle. And with that, Naruto headed off. Uncle then turned back towards the projection. As it then started to play again, she couldn't believe what she was hearing, because these things just sound so crazy. As Naruto was making his way towards the gate, hey, dope, said a voice. As he came to a stop and turned his head. Ah, Sasuke. I'm not saying it's unpleasant to see you, but I don't have time. I have an important mission to deal with. You lost your mind, and you end up getting knocked out. For so long you missed the third funeral. Yeah, I heard about that, said Naruto. Did everyone attend? Of course everyone did. He was a Hokage. Huh. The old man left like that. After all, everyone was there to show their final respect in the end. As Naruto clenched his fists, he would have liked to be there. But Rukia had no other choice but to knock him out. Where are you going, said Sasuke. Off on an important mission. What happened back there, Sasuke said. Sorry, but I don't have time to tell you, Sasuke. See ya, said Naruto as he rushed off. As Sasuke stood there, his fist clenched. Well, even though he didn't know exactly what happened, he saw everything. He saw most of what happened, when Naruto completely decimated Nasani. He saw when Naruto punched his man throat. Crossed the village. He didn't know how far Orochimaru was sent, but he knew that he was sent sailing away for a long distance. How did Naruto get so stronger than him? Just how? He still had no clue what was going on. But he needed answers. He needed to find out what exactly was going on, and who was that girl that showed up in the end, and seemed so protective of him when he was knocked out. After all, she was the one that knocked him out in the first place. Sasuke clenched his fist as he needed answers. His mind was very confused right now. That state that Naruto was in literally knocked Asani straight over the village. How was that even possible? He stuck his hand in his pocket as he walked off. A few minutes later, Kakashi, what are you doing here, said Sasuke. Oh, Sasuke, you know, I was just coming to find you. Standing right here reading your book? That's finding me, said Sasuke. Kakashi merely chuckled a bit, as Asuma and then Kurenai then walked up. Kakashi gave the two of them odd looks, as the both of them catch on to what he was looking at. The both of them just said hi, before walking off. Suddenly, two figures that was in the tea shop suddenly got up as they headed off as well. Kakashi, what's going on? Asked Sasuke. Kakashi turned towards him with an eye smile. Oh, it's nothing, he said. I know you must be wondering when we're going to restart your training, don't worry. We will begin your training soon. Naruto left before I could talk to him, but I heard that he went on a special mission with Jiraiya of the Sannin. Once he returned, Team 7 will be up and running again, and will begin taking missions once more. But for now, it's your off time. Relay this to Sakura, okay? See ya, he says he went off. Time skip. It has been 2 days since Naruto and Jiraiya left the village now. They have been searching for Snatty, as they had visited a lot of gambling houses in the fire borders, but they had found none. Jiraiya received information this morning about her spotting in Tansukagai. That is the village that they're currently heading to right now. As Jiraiya looked over towards Naruto, who was riding on top of a golem, a rock golem, as he was sitting cross-legged, his eyes closed, the golem simply following Jiraiya. It seems that the kid was sleeping, but Jiraiya saw that he was, well, meditating. He was trying to enter his mindscape. That was exactly what Naruto was doing, and he found himself in a completely white, empty void. Naruto was literally screaming. called out the Kyuubi and Yamato, but he couldn't hear any of them. Damn it, he cursed after a while. He's been at this for the last 2 days. There was nothing in here. Why was his mindscape leading him in here? Just what the hell was going on? As he kept on walking around, there was nothing but an endless white. Yes, that was the only thing that was left around here. An endless white. Was his mindscape destroyed or something? Just what in the world was going on? Naruto spun around as he heard footsteps. What the hell? But he saw nothing behind him. He spun once more as he heard them again, but he saw nothing. Was someone messing with him or something? Was this a joke? Yamato! Kyuubi, he called out. But nothing. He still heard nothing, as he wondered what the hell was going on. He made his way until he saw a greenish light over toward the side, followed by a red blur, moving as fast as possible. He could barely see what it was just a blur, moving all around. He stepped forward. He saw the blur was moving even faster the more he got closer. He couldn't really see what it was because it was moving so fast. The thing started to kick up speed, his hair started to be blown back. He realized how long his hair has gotten, as his long white hair was being blown back by the speed that the thing was kicking off. He then touched it. He was thrown back violently as he crashed on the white empty plane. As he winced in pain and got to his feet. What the hell? He says he looked over. The red blur then came in front of him. The thing stood there for a few seconds before vanishing once again. Naruto slammed his hand on the ground, trying to animate the ground to catch it, but nothing worked. But the moment he touched the ground, he felt something. What is this? He felt his hand absorb something. He touched the ground once more as he felt power course through his veins. What is this? Naruto didn't realize he was looking at this from a different point, so he needed to find a better view. He looked up towards the sky before his feet slowly started to descend off the ground, as he flew straight up into the sky. Once he was high enough, he saw what he was in. It was a large ball of white. The thing was big. It was at least 4 times bigger than Konoha. He didn't know why, but it felt like it was drawing him closer, like it was attracting him. He then looked over. To his surprise, he saw luscious green field. He quickly flew over as fast as he could, but it took him a while because the white void was just so large. He then made his way as he dropped over towards the field, leaving the white void. He then heard talking. Something really bad must have happened. That is the conclusion that we have to come to by now. No, you're wrong. Naruto-kun is strong. He will be able to protect himself from anything. After all, if he does lose control, no one will be able to touch him. Yes, that is what I'm worried about, said Yamato. I am unable to go back to the real world. I've been stuck in here for so long now. No matter how much we call or scream, nothing is going on. Our voices are not penetrating anything. The Kyuubi sighed as she was lying on the grass, looking up into the sky. It seems like something bad happened. I have to agree with you, she said. You know, we're all alone in here and the best thing you can do is at least just sleep with me already, said Yamato. The Kyuubi smacked him with one of her tails that sent him sailing away from her. I already told you. Never gonna happen, she said. Finally, Naruto said, I found you guys. The Kyuubi head snapped up as she looked forward. Tears literally formed her eyes before she shoot forward as quickly as possible, crashing right into Naruto in a bone, crushing hug. Naruto-kun, she said as she held on to him tight. As Naruto looked down at her. You know, I never knew you missed me that much, he said. Of course I missed you, Ida, she said as she leaned up. What happened? Are you okay? She said. Calm down, said Naruto, I'm fine. Hey, what the hell? If I asked you to sit on me like that, you would never do that. The Kyuubi didn't notice that she was sitting on Naruto's waist. Because Naruto-kun is a better man than you, she said. And I already told you, never gonna happen between us. Naruto simply chuckled. I missed your guys bickering, he said. As the Kyuubi hopped off of him, he got back to his feet. So what happened? You know, for the longest time we've been in here calling out your name, but nothing. This strange white void just simply appeared right there. Well, that's not a void, it's a bubble, said Naruto. A bubble? Yeah. I don't exactly know what it is, but when I touch it, I seem to be absorbed in it somehow. Well then, absorb it and get the hell out of here. It must be the reason why we couldn't contact you first. So can't you guys touch it? Naruto asks. Well, no, said the Kyuubi. As she looked at her hand, I don't know what that thing is, but when I touched it, it shocked me. And Yamato cannot touch it. He just simply fade right through it like it's not even there. But still, he cannot leave this place. We couldn't even get contact with you. Yeah, a lot of shit happened, said Naruto. Well, it should be easy to do if I could just make you guys see my memories. But first, I have to get rid of this thing, whatever it is, as he stepped forward. Let's see, he said. As he placed his 2 fingers on it, then his whole hand. Before he felt this surge of power, he was literally blown back as he crashed through several trees behind him. The Kyuubi rushed over. Naruto-kun, she said. As Yamato heard footsteps. What the hell, he said. It sounds like they were not the only one in here. Just what the hell was that? Naruto got up with a groan. Damn it, what the hell? Last time I did that, it didn't shock me, he said. As he got to his feet. You okay? Yeah, said Naruto. I seem to be fine. But this power, what is it? Asked Yamato. Well, I have a theory. But this seems impossible, said Naruto. What do you mean, said the Kyuubi? Well, recently I found that I was a celestial. A what? The both of them said. Well, something of a god. Wait, you're telling me that you're some sort of god, said Yamato. Well, yeah, Rukia told me. Wait, who's Rukia? Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to show you guys the memories because it's gonna take a long while to explain, but just hear me out. Rukia told me that she used a seal to place on my powers. I can access it, but it will drain away my emotion. So I need to control it without it taking away my emotions. But she had no idea how to do that. I'll have to figure it out on my own. But this thing here, I think this is my power. What? Said the Kyuubi. This thing? You know that this thing's as large, at least 4 times as Konoha. You're telling me that all of this is your power? Yeah, I believe so, said Naruto. And I cannot fully absorb it, unless I don't want to lose my emotion. I think a part of my body knows that if I do, it's gonna get rid of my emotion. Because, for a moment there, I could have absorbed it all, but then my body just refused to absorb it anymore. It's like my mind is refusing to do it, because it doesn't want to be completely blank. What do you mean lose all your emotions, said Yamato? Well, how could I explain this? I didn't feel anything at all. It was like I was there but I wasn't feeling anything. Like I was not caring about anyone. A part of my mind came to the conclusion of just blowing up the earth. I didn't know why that came into my mind, but are you even capable of doing something like that? Asked Kyuubi. I have no idea, said Naruto as he looked at his hands. But from the things I've heard so far, I think so, yeah. As Naruto stepped forward, but I found out what is blocking you guys. Communication. As Naruto raised his hand, suddenly, a white sword appeared in his hand. The sword started to sparkle with a silver glow all around as he raised his hand. He then brought the sword down a massive slice, ripped right through the mindscape. Suddenly, a white barrier was suddenly ripped into pieces. As the ear, everything suddenly changed. The white dome was fine over to the side, but the barrier was completely destroyed. What's that, Naruto-kun? Asked Kyuubi. Well, when I touched that thing, I saw there was another, smaller remnants of it, all around it, that protected from anyone trying to invade my mind. But it's not like they can get my power, said Naruto. But the strange thing is, it was the thing that was cutting off our connection. So, Naruto closed his eyes, he exited his mindscape. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, said Yamato, as he appeared outside in the real world. Yeah, I hear you, said the Kyuubi. Naruto closed back his eyes and reappeared in his mindscape, as Yamato appeared as well. Alright, now to... Wait. What's wrong, Naruto-kun? I need your help, said Naruto. About what, she said. Remember when you looked through my memories? Can you go through my recent memories? Well, about what happened outside, and also, Rukia explaining. Sure, said the Kyuubi. Well, you guys watch that until I return. It's gonna take a while, said Naruto, as he left the mindscape. I wonder what this is, said the Kyuubi, as Yamato looked up. Well, that's Naruto emerging from some type of a cocoon, looking different. Wait, The Kyuubi then turned towards Yamato. Did he just have white hair? You know, we were so focused on him returning. We didn't even focus on that. Yeah, said the Kyuubi. I didn't even notice, she said. I guess I just missed him so much I just jumped to the conclusion that everything was fine. Well, let's see what this is, she said as she looked back up at the screen. Meanwhile, Naruto snapped back open his eyes. So, is everything sorted out? Asked Jiraiya. Yeah, everything's fine now, said Naruto. As he jumped off his golem, Naruto says he patted the golem's head. The thing then merged with the ground. Hey, that thing you summoned while you were, well, taking care of those sound ninjas. What was that? To tell you the truth, I have no idea. I just thought about something destructive that could take care of those sound ninjas, and that appeared. So, is this the town? Said Naruto as he looked forward. Yeah, said Jiraiya as he made their way in towards Tanzuka guy. Jiraiya looked around as he felt something odd. Someone was following them. They were masking their presence so well, but someone was following them, as he had no clue who it was. Meanwhile, at Konoha, the village was taking a lot of missions right now so they could get back money to rebuild the part of the village that was destroyed, as Anko was called. That is one of the main reasons why Naruto asked Hayashi if Rukia could stay with them, because he knew that Anko would be going on plenty of missions so they could help with the village rebuilding. As Anko just found out everything, as she still couldn't believe what she just heard. She would have to wait until Naruto and others get back here, because this shit was just getting even more and more crazy. Hinata was currently sitting down, as Rukia was right in front of her. Rukia was looking all around at the Hyuga Manor. She then focused back on Hinata. So you're telling me you can see through anything with those eyes? Yes. It's like one of my spells, but it's permanent. You have a spell for this? Asked Hinata. Yeah, I have a spell for almost anything. Well, not almost everything, but most things though. You know, I never thank you, Hinata. For what? Asked Hinata. For looking after my brother. He speaks so highly of you, can tell that you were there for him a lot. Because it seems like most people in this village don't really like him. And I don't understand why. He's such a kind and peaceful person. Can you tell me why is that? Well, you'll just have to wait till he returns for him to talk to you about these things. Wait, is something wrong with him? Or you're not telling me? Oh, no, said Hinata. He's fine, but you just have to wait till he returns. When he does, he will answer any question that you have. Well, I suppose I won't interrogate you on that. Alright then, I'll wait till my brother get back. Can I ask you something? What is it? Well, the part where you said that Naruto had to go back with you to reclaim the throne. Does that mean that he has to go back to your world and live there? Yes. So, he won't be ever coming back here? Well, he's gonna be quite busy ruling. So he wouldn't have enough time to visit back here. Oh, said Hinata, as a sad look came on her face. Don't worry, I'm sure that he will visit one day. But did he tell you that he'll be leaving? Well, no, but he has to, said Rukia. He's the only one that can defeat the Zack. But what if he's not strong enough? Are you doubting his strength? No, it's not that. I just don't want to see him get hurt, said Hinata. What if you take him away and he lose? Or he loses himself again? You said to yourself that you don't have one of those seals to stop him once more. What if he's too quick? Yes, I was thinking about that. I know that Yamato is the last part of a seal. But I guess we won't have to leave so quickly. At least I can make my brother learn to control this power before we leave. After all, the Zack is quite powerful. And if my brother fails, there will be no one else to be there to defeat him. And then that will be the end of us all. Is he really that powerful? Indeed he is. Even though I hate the bastard, the things that he did to himself, it made him quite dangerous to anyone regards. After all, I'm a strong mage myself, but not even I can stand a chance against him. And our mother was one of the strongest mage in the Silver family when she was ruling. So that goes to show you how strong this Zack was. Oh, I'm sorry about your... That was a long time ago, you don't have to worry about that. But I'm just happy now that I found my brother, and I can finally live up to my purpose of protecting him, as what an older sister should do. Yeah, I guess so, said Hinata. Time skip. Jiraiya went to do some research. He gathered some information to find Tsunade. Naruto was currently sitting down in a hotel, thinking about the previous situations. As he was currently talking with the Kyuubi and Yamato, he needed to find a way to control this power inside of him, because he didn't want to end up getting stronger just to lose his goddamn mind. That would be a waste of time. Suddenly, he heard a knock on his door. He was surprised. How did Jerry got back so quickly? The person knocked again. Alright, I'm coming, said Naruto. Then you forgot your key or something, as he made his way towards the door. At a split second, he felt something strange, but he shrugged it off as him just, well, thinking about things that recently happened. So he opened the door and... what the hell? He found himself looking into eyes. Eyes similar to Sasuke's, and a person looked just like Sasuke except older, and with strange lines on his face. The both of their eyes met, as it was none other than Itachi Uchiha, as he stared deeply into the eyes, his eyes spinning with a hypnotic genjutsu, trying to put Naruto under it. But Naruto stood there just looking at Itachi. Itachi was confused when nothing happened. Nothing at all happened. Itachi narrowed his eyes at Naruto. Kisame then stepped forward. Itachi, what's the holdup? I thought you were supposed to finish this part off with your visual powers. Something is wrong, said Itachi. It doesn't matter. I was looking forward towards the fight. After all, we heard how powerful this brat was. It would be a waste of opportunity to not test him. Well, just a little bit, said Kisame with a smirk on his face. Naruto-kun, that blue guy right there, his chakra, it's large. And this other one, those eyes of his, those are the Sharingan. These are two dangerous people. Do not underestimate them. Naruto, said Itachi, come with us, and you won't have to get hurt. As Naruto narrowed his eyes at Itachi, enough talk, my turn, said Kisame, as he lunged forward towards Naruto's hand, coming in close. Suddenly, everything froze. Once again. What the hell? It happened once more. Naruto-kun? What is this, said the Kyuubi. Are you guys seeing this, said Naruto? Of course, said Yamato. What the hell is going on? Yamato then looked around inside the mindscape. Why is everything frozen? He tried to leave the mindscape. I can't even leave. I don't know exactly what this is. Well, you guys saw what I was told, right? And what exactly I am. So, I think I can somehow slow time or something like that. Time is completely frozen. But how is this possible? Even if you're this celestial, can you really be this powerful, literally bend time at your will? Well, I was told that I was a tribrid. So, I guess so, said Naruto, as he stepped out of the room. Even though I don't know how to control this thing. Because the last time I did it, Naruto felt time turn back to normal. Well, guess I better try something. As he jumped, he punched Kisame right in the nose. Kisame's body lifted off the ground, just stuck in mid-air. As Naruto rushed towards Itachi and punched him right in the face as well. Time returned back to normal. It was like two blurs. Both Akatsuki members are thrown violently as they smashed right through the wall, breaking through it as they went straight outside. The two of them couldn't believe as they struck the ground a boom. Naruto looked at his hand as silver glow faded away. Yamato didn't appear in the real world. I can leave now, he said. Kid, when the hell did you become so strong? He's right, Naruto-kun. What was that, said the Kyuubi. I have no idea, said Naruto, as he stepped forward towards the two hole. Kisame's nose was shattered. Blood was pouring down from it. As Itachi's face was bruised when Naruto hit him really badly. Itachi coughed as blood came out of his mouth. Itachi, what the hell was that? I don't know. As Itachi got back to his feet, Naruto jumped through the hole as he landed on the ground right in front of the both of them. I guess you two picked the wrong day to attack me, huh? As he narrowed his eyes at the both of them. Kisame picked up Samihata. I don't know what the hell that was, but I'll hurry up and finish you off. He dashed towards Naruto. Naruto smashed his hand on the ground as a massive vine erupted from the ground and wrapped around his feet. As the vine then threw him violently, smashing into the ground. Naruto raised his hand up in the air as a magical circle appeared right in front of Kisame. Kisame grabbed Samihata. Several swords came down from it. He smashed Samihata into them. As the swords weren't broken, they were just thrown away. As he quickly got to his feet and jumped away, the vortex turned towards him and started to fire out more swords as he had to deflect and block. Itachi just stood there, looking at Naruto before a scream could be heard, a scream with pure rage. Itachi! As the both of them turned to see Sasuke, a furious, pissed off Sasuke, Naruto sighed. Sasuke always came at the wrong moments. But Naruto looked at his hands as he wondered, how did he slow down time? What did he do? If he could just simply do that again, this fight would be over, as he wouldn't waste that opportunity once again. Meanwhile, that was going on outside of the elemental nations. In the castle, sitting down on the throne was none other than the Zack. His appearance has changed from when he was a full demon. Well, he wasn't fully demon, but he was mostly demon before. But because of Naruto's mother, the spell, it sucked away most of his demon power. So right now, he had long black hair. His face looked rather straight. He had two red eyes. His eyes were so red it looked like blood was literally leaking from them. He looked rather tall in stature. Even though he was not that old, he looked to be around his late 20s. He had a smile on his face when someone came in front of him. It was a woman. So how is the search going? He asked. Sir, our team is slowly pinpointing where this unusual power is coming from. But this power, sir, what you told us about long time ago, that glimmer of power that you felt, do you believe that is from the Celestials? Well, given that all of them are dead, there's only one person that could be causing this power. And if it is him, that means he has what I seek. And once I gain that book, then all shall be mine. Do you know exactly where it is? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't know yet. Then what are you waiting for? Get back to work, he said. At once, she said, she left the room. The Zack sit back down with a smirk on his face. Soon he will get what he wants. But guys, be interested right here. If you want to see this part, be sure to do like, subscribe, comment down below, turn bell notifications to be posted. But more for now, see you guys soon. Peace.